Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Robert's train set. And it being 1 on a Tuesday afternoon, not a very nice Tuesday afternoon. What's the name? A bit drizzly, isn't that today? I'm here in the conservatory, and I did say I would update everybody on the end-to-end layout that I'm going to build, the new one. So I'm nowhere near the loft for Robert's train set, the big one. And this has changed. It absolutely has changed. And if you've seen the welcome number one, whoever you are, if you can comment, please do so. If you've seen the other three in this series, you'll realise when I do this with the camera that it really has changed. So I'm just going to swivel the camera away from me over to the other side, which I can do from here. Hello, Jeff. So I don't know if you saw me other ones, Jeff, but it used to be on there, didn't it? So it's not on there anymore, as you can see. So I'll go back to me. I didn't like it there. It wasn't big enough. And secondly, it was in danger of tipping off, to be honest. And I couldn't really see a good way, without damaging the top that it's sitting on, of stopping it from doing that. The only thought I had was timbers down from the ceiling onto the back of it, and I didn't think that would work very well. And yeah, and it looked uncomfortable, shall I say, be it overlapping the unit. Didn't like it. So I'm going to continue with this because I'm not expecting many to find me at this time of the day. Although I do have 4, so thank you all you 4 for coming on. And like Jeff from Flint Hills Model Railway, if you can comment, please do so. It's always nice to see you. And we've got Mick from Lloyd Central Station, who hasn't put a video out for quite a long time, have you, Mick? But welcome all the same. And yes, I don't know if you've seen the other 3 to this. And they add up to about 3.5 hours, I think. And like these things, they do go on. But there we are. So I'm treating this more as an instant video that I would have uploaded, which is what I'm doing, really, isn't it? And you might be a bit confused by the new end-to-end layout welcome with the builders at the bottom of this. We've got the builders next door in Malcolm's, or what was Malcolm's. And if you saw my last video, my uploaded video, you'll have seen what they're doing in there with the ceilings down and all that. Well, today I thought it being not wet, or it wasn't this morning, there wouldn't be any work. But I think all the contractors are coming in. So I think we've certainly got a new window going in at the front. And there's either an electrician or a plumber. Because they will need to come in to get all their wires in while the ceilings are down. You've been busy with work opportunities, have you, Jeff? What, proper work or railway work? So I got my tea. In fact, I finished it. So I just thought... I've been feeling over the last few years, I've been sort of feeling that I'm going downhill. I'm getting on well, I'm not that old. I mean, 73 is not that old nowadays, is it? But I just wasn't up to it. And when I went to Getz and stayed with my friend up there, we had to go for a walk with his daughter's dog before we went to Getz. And I had a walk with him, and I did struggle to keep up with him. He's about 2 years younger than me, I think he is. And I thought, I felt quite good after the walk. Well, I managed to do Getz, didn't I, without collapsing. So I'm now walking and trying to walk every day. I used to walk quite a bit before COVID because I used to go and do the shopping 2 or 3 times a week, but it's all changed, isn't it? So I've taken to walking down to the seafront. Okay, Jeff. Okay, I'll put that up. Let's show you that one. I'll do that one first. I'm not at Worley on Saturday. No, it's too far and too expensive for me, I'm afraid. And probably too crowded. I mean, Getz was crowded enough, wasn't it, this year? So, whatever. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So I took a little walk down the beach today, and like I did yesterday. And yesterday it was really quite pleasant. It was almost like South Seas, you know, really gentle, no swell, and quite a bit of sand actually. We've got a funny beach here. It's sort of in the summer when you want it to be nice and sandy, it's more pebbly, and in the winter when it doesn't matter, it's a bit more sandy. Still a lot of pebbles about. But I was walking around and you know looking down and whatever. And we've always got quite a good selection of shells down there if you want some, you know. So I found this. So if I can get it up to the... Look at that. So I picked that up and it's in immaculate condition, isn't it? So I think because the sea was quite calm, you know, it hasn't been smashed to smithereens, which is probably what happens to it normally, you know. So I thought I'd show you that. Yeah, I picked it up and I thought, oh, great. And there were a lot of other little shells, but, you know, not in as good condition as that one. So, great. So, I think we've only got 3 on, so I've lost a few. So, there we are. So, what I'm going to do now is I'll show you where the layout's gone to by switching cameras. So, let's have a go at that. So there we are. So it's the other side of the conservatory, actually on Malcolm's side. So the other side of that white wall is Malcolm's courtyard, basically. And I have a unit here, albeit not that big. And the downside of having it this side is it's not supported all the way along its length by a unit, which it was on the other. But I can have it a lot wider, and I can make it 8 foot long. In fact, it's 8'5" long, whereas it was only about 6'5" on the other side, because obviously the door was in the way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the picture you're looking at the moment and just give you a bit of a guided tour along with my thoughts. As such as they are. So if you comment, I won't be able to see it because I should be walking about. So let's have a go and see how we get on, all right? And obviously I can't actually see what I'm pointing the camera at, but I'll do as well as I can. And have the sick bag ready, everybody. Oh, dear. Oh, Ben. Hello, Ben. Well done for finding me. Yeah. It's changed. I'm not going to go through it all a lot. If you want to see, just watch it from the beginning when I finish. I'm hoping I won't be too long. But welcome, Ben. Thank you. And it was one of your suggestions that sort of got me going on this, wasn't it? Now, this is the new one, and it's the other side of the conservatory, as I've just said. And it's basically the same layout I had on the other side, only expanded somewhat. So I'm going to get this camera and give you a bit of a tour, really, and show you my thoughts, I think. Oh, and Ben, in case you haven't seen it, went for a walk on the beach this morning and found that. Oh, wrong camera. I'll do it on the other camera. Hang on a minute. Right, I've got to get out the chair. Oh, dear. There we are. Nice shell. Quite a big one, and it's in lovely nick, isn't it? Look at that. And no, there wasn't an inhabitant in it when I found it. So, let's see how we do. I might be able to turn this around a bit without pulling all the cables out. Let's have a go. Okay, so I'm going to take it off the tripod, is where it all goes apeshit. So as you can see, hopefully. There's still a gap to the thing. I don't want to have it dead tight, and that will be chopped off, that bit there. But this is the bit here where the locos go to run round. And in a minute, or maybe a bit more in a minute, I'll run some locos up and you can see what will fit and what won't. And if you notice, I've marked sort of platforms. So I've got the entrance, I think, is going to go there. And then the platform will go onto a bay platform where this one sits. Or even a push me pull you, I suppose, although it's probably not long enough. And then we've got a reasonably long platform all along there when I build it. Now this has increased quite a bit. I can now get 2 Mark 1 carriages on this bit, and obviously a fairly longer goods train. I've also got this unloading shed from upstairs. Now it doesn't really work here because obviously you're not going to get much out of those windows onto the lorries, which will have to be where these cars are, which are out of scale, by the way. I was given a box. I'm just going to go down there. See the box down there? I've got a neighbour a couple of doors away, and he's got a railway in his shed, and he's never actually finished it. And he's about 85, I think, now, not very well. And his wife sort of said, well, you know, if any of it is useful, have it. And a lot of it was. And I've got a superb station in there, a card kit that's been built, but it just won't fit. And I'm not going to change everything because I quite like this layout now. So I'll have to build something for here or buy one. And then I've got a couple of tracks here to put the wagons as they come in and out, because you can only get 2 in here, can't you? I might be able to get a longer one maybe when I do it. And you can see there's an uncoupling ramp there, which doesn't work very well. There's also another uncoupling ramp there. I'm sorry for getting seasick. And then I've got this arrangement here, which it does work to a fashion. It's not great, but I have a proposal for these. And I've also got another one here. If I can get it in the picture, there it is. This is so that you can unhook the guard's van from the back of the train and then put it somewhere else, probably over there. So we then have this bay platform, and that goes right down there. And then we've got an engine shed. Now, this was what I found in that box. Now, it was all in bits. So I glued it together, and that's all I've got. So it'll be a case of scratch building some of it, I think. But I think, you know, it's better than the Ormby one, isn't it, that I've got upstairs. So I'm going to persevere with that, I think. And the only feed to this layout is down there now, look. So I've just got that one feed rail there. And as you can see, I've got a few locos about. And what I don't like on some of these end-to-ends is when you, and this signal box was in the box as well. I think the chimney was in the box, and I can't find it now, so I don't know. But what I don't like is when you look through the tunnel, if I get it up right, you sort of see all the you know, all the fiddle yard which is behind. So I've cobbled together this, and obviously when I ballast, and yes, I will ballast this, I'm going to ballast right into where those ribbons are. So let's go that side now, hopefully. And as you can see, I've made a cardboard bulkhead. And my plan is to say that this is in a little sort of opening in a hilly area, which is why it's all combessed up and sort of aiming down there. So I will have a back scene all along the long one and on the ends, A, to hold everything in, and B, to show a back scene, because I don't think I'm going to get an awful lot of scenery in this. Now, That could be a problem. You might think I shouldn't do that and I should get lots of scenery. But really, I need something that's going to keep me interested. And I think with this, and if I show you from this end, there's a lot of things that can go on here. You can have the DMU going out, or the bubble car going out. You can have wagons coming in and being moved into the unloading. Or you can have trains, engines coming out of the engine shed, can't you? And I did buy this little coal bunker there. So let's go behind the scenes, so to speak, and see what we've got. And I will come and look at the talking in a minute. And anybody that's new, welcome. So I cobbled together this tunnel. Now, it's not like a normal tunnel because it all, if I show you, and I don't know how dark it'll be in there, but yeah, I've got the points coming out. So I've got to incorporate them into the tunnel roof, really. So this is how I've done it. And this is a cornflakes packet. And then so that you can't see straight in, I took a very thin plastic bag that you use in the kitchen and stuck that on and then cut it down like you have in a factory to keep the heat in. And as you can see, I've now got 4 tracks in here and they're a reasonable length. So I'm quite happy with that. So while I'm here, I might as well do the next bit. So I've obviously got quite a few points on this. And I don't particularly want to have to stretch across and change them. I mean, I do at the moment, obviously. But my plan is this, and I think I'll do it here. Let's see if I can get this in view. So this is obviously only a sample. I can't see what I'm looking at. There we are. Hang on. I'm going to put it back on the tripod, I think. Hang on a minute. Right. Is that better? Yes. Right. So I've been to quite a few shows recently, as you say, as you've seen. And a lot of them, they changed on these little these little layouts, they changed the points with a basically a little if you excuse the expression, knob. Something like maybe that. And that's sort of here, you know, on the edge of it. And this is what I've come up with. I'm going to use this, and I don't know how well you'll see this, but that will change the point. So if I bring that closer to, and I'm moving it, there we are. This is a rubbish point. This is what was in in the box, and you can't use it because the tie bar is not working very well. So I've thrown this one's going to be rubbish. So that's why I've hot glued it. And basically, it's hot glued, and the pipe work is made up. And I'll go and get the bit that I prepared earlier, as I say. There we are. Surprisingly, it's made out of twin and earth. So electric twin and earth. If you can see that, yeah. So there's a bit of it, and I've got quite a bit over from when I did upstairs. And what I do is I strip it out and take the blue and the brown wires, i.e. that one and that one, okay, and strip the wire out of them. Now you can't, it's very difficult to strip it out in long lengths. So there it is, stripped out. But you don't need it. As you can see here, I've got a section there and a section there and a section there. But what you can't do is you can't use the wire that comes out of these bits to slide. What you need is the earth bit in the middle. Yeah, the earth bit in the middle. So you strip that out, and that slides very nicely, as you can see. And what I was worried about was when I use a hot glue gun, it would melt the sleeve, but it doesn't. Now this will obviously be that way up with the pin going through the board like you would do with a normal motor switch gear. But that to me works. I also wanted to see if I could bend it, so you can see it's not completely straight, because I will need to bend it, so because I want that bit to be square across the point. I think that makes sense rather than an angle. But as you can see, it does work, and there's enough friction in the system to hold it there when you do it. You can actually leave it in the middle. Well, you could if here. Oh, look, you see. So it's pretty good. So that's that. Right. And going on from that, I think, get rid of this. I'm going to come back to you and have a look at any comments, and hello to anybody that's new and welcome. But as I've said, this is more a video on what I've done, but I've chosen to do it live because you can have instant comment, can't you? And I'm sure you have. So let's get back to my other camera. Hello, right, proper chuffs. Oh dear. Right, okay, hang on a minute. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to have my ugly mug again. I think it's that one, isn't it? There we are. Right, hello, I'm back. Cool. I hope that was helpful. I hope you liked it, and I noticed I've pushed one of the signals out of position, but there we are. So I'm just going to go back and see who we've got. So Christopher's hobby blog. Hello. Hello, Kelly. That's all right, Kelly. You're allowed to miss your beginning, dear. Terence Burns, welcome to you, sir. Who else we got? Hello, Andy. He's here. Well done, mister. Okay. Hang on. Right. I've missed somebody. Oh, proper chuffed. Hello. How are you in South Africa? Are you okay? Yeah. So I haven't forgotten that you wanted to see the Flying Scotsman. So he's not going to be running. They're not going to be running very fast, but I will bring them up. And I've been going 23 minutes. I've got 8 on, which isn't bad on a Tuesday, sort of early afternoon, is it? You know. Yeah. Good. So that one looked quite nice. I'll put that up. Yeah, this is it, Ben. That's what I'd like, and I'm quite impressed that I can remember your name. I'm doing well there, haven't I? It's weird, isn't it? My memory is very selective, I must admit. Okay, and I believe you're new, Terence. Are you, Terence Burns? Yeah. The brain does work sometimes. Maybe not on people's names. But yeah, on making something work. Now, the idea is that the only bit of technology will be the computer that controls the trains, and my rail master from Hornby Railways, which is what used to run the original one up in the loft and down here for that matter. So you do. So what, you're going to go to the House of Lords and be in the government, are you? Oh, I shouldn't say that, should I? Sorry. I don't know about a proper running session for Christmas, Kelly. I don't know. They don't go down very well, really, to be honest. You know. If you're a big channel, then you probably do get a few. I mean, if Tony Northeastern does a running session, he gets quite a good set of views, and Alan does to a certain extent, doesn't he, at Dragon Junction Mark II. But otherwise, it's quite hard work. Even Leslie, Leslie Graham, is it Griffin or whatever, who does all the train, from the platform at Carlisle, who gets thousands and thousands of views on his proper trains. When he puts his model railway up, he gets 300 or 400, and that's about it. So yeah, it's not. To be honest, that isn't really my idea. It's my interpretation of how I think it might work. Now, whether the layouts at the shows do a similar system, I don't know. But to me, it seemed fairly easy, fairly straightforward, and it will work, hopefully. Now, the other thing, where are we now? Hang on, what's going on? Hold on a minute. Let's have a look at my other one. I think I've got a short circuit. That's that could be the signal, couldn't it? Let's put that back here. Here we are. These are only held down with black tack or blue tack, or I've knocked a loco off it. Right, let's have a look, see if it will clear. Yes, I think it has. So what I said I'd do is I'd show you what I can do. But first of all, where have I got it? Right, it's right where my computer is. I'm going to try and bring this one over again. So just a minute. And I'll change it. Right. Yeah, I like changing. I've done it down I've done it up in the big layout upstairs, but it's not ideal. This is I think going to be a bit more satisfying, and probably maybe a bit more frustrating as well. But we'll have to see, won't we? So I'm going to swap cameras again. So here we go. Right. So there's my computer with the Railmaster on, and just behind it is this. And you might be wondering what that is. As you saw, I've got the uncoupling ramps for the and the brain's gone again for these couplings. You know what I mean, don't you? KDs. Yeah, luckily I've got the thing over there. Okay, so I'll just so anybody that can give Terence some info or advice, please feel free to use this one. All the advice I would say is try and get as big a layout as you can. Now, I didn't actually follow my own advice up in the loft because I'm too flaming lazy, to be honest. But that's why really this one has changed from one side of the conservatory to the other to get more space, because I was given two bits of advice in the last three lives I did. One was to make it as big as possible, and the second one was to make your runaround as big as possible, which is what I've done. If you do it in a shed, I would say okay, but get it insulated and make it as neat and tidy. Unlike my loft upstairs, which is a right old mess, isn't it, everybody? I think this is going to be far nicer to operate this train set here than the one upstairs in the loft. But this one will need to be operated. Unlike the one upstairs, which will operate itself if I want it to, this one I have actually got to change the points and whatever, haven't I? So it's going to be interesting. So, right, so you've seen the surface mounted KD uncouplers. Now they're delayed uncouplers, which means you can go over it, pull back, and then when you push the truck together, it won't couple, it will just be loose. You can push it, and then when you come back, it will leave that one behind. So I've used that quite a bit when I did it upstairs. So let's have a look at this. So what I've bought, and I'm just going to slide the computer over this way a bit more before it falls off. And you might notice, I'll just change that a minute. You might notice here, I have a drawer. I've got a unit here with a drawer in, as you can see there. So what I've done, I've pulled the drawer out and just put a top on it to put my computer on, whereas I do have a big table on the other side, which got in the way, to be honest. So let's go back to these wagons here. So these are all KDs, and if I slide it back without getting my hand in the way of the camera, which I have, hang on, let's do it there. So if I go back to there, look, and if I go back to there, look, and it's fallen off. So if I actually slide them out of the way. So what I bought is these under track ones, which is this one. I bought 3 of those, funny enough, from hello Mr. Allen from Dragon Junction Mark II. Hi, how are you, young sir? I'm doing well, and you've only missed 31 minutes of this. That's not bad. I've got 12 on, not bad. We're going to lose somebody from South Africa. You're at work, eh? Well, thank you very much for dropping in, and please have a look at the whole thing when you have time. And it's you're doing really well. I wish I could have got the views that you get when I first started. So well done indeed. And everybody, have a look at Proper Juft. It's he really is doing it on a shoestring. Absolutely. Right, where were they? Oh yes. So yeah. So basically, it's a big magnet, and they're quite big. They are quite big. You can see it sticking out from under the track here, and it's the same the other side, about 2 inches long, and it has a big metal plate underneath to magnify the effect, to the effect that it'll actually pull the axles of the truck. So when you disconnect it, if it's sort of, look, you see that, it'll actually pull the truck. So that could be a problem. But I notice if you do it right to at the beginning, then it doesn't seem to do it. So, but if you do it there, you get that effect. So there's always something to put up with, isn't there? So I hope you don't mind. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, everybody. So that's that. And I've got 3 of those. So I'm probably going to have one where I unload, where I take the engine off to go to run round. And then one where at the end to unload the guards van. And then I suspect I'll either have it at the end where I'm going to leave the guards van or into the unloading shed. I'm not sure yet. Let's see how we go. I think the one into the engine shed will, the one into the unloading shed will be more useful. You're not well, Alan. Oh dear. Hang on, where are you supposed to be on there? There we are. No, not that one. Try that one. It's like a cold in the chest. Well, that doesn't sound very good, Alan. Anyway, get well, young sir. It's not COVID again, is it? That'll be your 4th go, won't it? Blimey. Hang on, we have a new one. Well, we've lost one from South Africa and we've gained one from America. So hello, Anthony. You're going to hit the highway, are you? What, with a hammer? Yeah, okay, sorry, you know what I'm like. Well, please have a look at this when you have your chance, when it's all uploaded and whatever. It's really a live way of doing a video that I probably should have uploaded, but I'm trying to get as much info from you lot as I can and see what you think, which I think is worth doing, you know. And yeah, it's it's a shame that Alan isn't well, but just you get well, Alan. Take it easy. No going in the cold shed, okay? Not on the chest. And if it doesn't go and see the quack. We're getting to an age now where you need to sort of react as soon as you can, you know. Right, so that's that. Now the other thing, and for those of you that haven't seen it, I'll bring this back in. Hang on a minute. So earlier on in the stream, we're going to go back to me again. There we are. No, it's not the same one. There we are. Hello. Right. Here we are. So, hello everybody that's new. Yeah, I'm here as usual. So it's quite good. It's working well. I've got the computer here with you lot on the table, and then I've got the other computer to operate the railway over here on this top of this drawer. And I think I'll slide it back on a bit more. Look, and do it that way. Mummy, that's heavy. That's an half grip. So I can't believe that I'm 36 minutes in and not run a train yet, or an engine. So this is what I showed earlier on. If you can see, I know the light's not very good, but it's my way of operating the points. And I don't know if you can see that, but it does operate. Yes, you can just about, can't it? So this is basically twin and earth. So I've stripped twin and earth down, used the sleeve from the live and the neutral, and then used the earth brass wire through it, and it does slide reasonably well. What I'm hoping to do with the couplings for the normal Hornby couplings, which I've always forgotten, which I've always forgets the name of them, but you know what I mean. Let's get a wagon with one on. That type, or the narrower ones. I'm sure somebody will tell me what they're called in a minute. Yes, Alan, it's been and gone, I'm afraid. But if I go on long enough, I'll have another one at 3 o'clock. But still another hour, so I might not be that long, we'll see. Right, what are we getting here? What's a bit like Rick Wakeman? Yeah, okay. You've got to have a lens sit, Alan, apparently, according to that man there, Andy. Decoupling, yeah, it's decoupling, but yeah, but not the oh, and I've forgotten again. Oh dear, you know what I'm like, peoples. Why do our brains not work very well? Mine never worked very well before anyway. KDs. Lucky I've got that envelope there, isn't it? Two keyboards, Robert. Yeah, two keyboards. Well, two computers. Yeah, one pretty new and one pretty old. They're working quite well together. I have actually got these plugged into the mains so that we're not going to run out. And Kelly, you like chocolate, dear Kelly? That's not really my scene. That I'm a tea man, and a one coffee a day man, albeit a mug, and some fruit juice. Actually, I've given up the beer and I drink fruit juice with me lunch. Well, with dinner. So yeah, so I'm hoping that this will overcome it, because my theory is I saw a video on YouTube from a show and I couldn't work out how they were uncoupling their wagons, because there wasn't the ramp, you know, the black ramp that Hornby do, which doesn't work very well, I must admit. I don't know how you others find them. And then I really looked hard and what they had was like a clear bit of card, well, like window stuff, I would imagine, quite reasonably stiff, I would think. And they just pushed, that came up and down. Now, I think it was on a solenoid. But I see no reason why, if I can get this to bend up and go through and then fix the card to that, I can push it, can't I? And it will slide up rather than go backwards and forwards. If that doesn't work, maybe you need a wheel, so a little wheel. This end goes there, and then as it pushes it, it pushes something up. So like a cam, you know. So that's my idea for that. Now I've not done a sample to try that yet. And what I'll do now is I'll switch you to the other camera. Yeah, that's it, exactly, Andy, I think. And Alan's down the shed to dry out some of the humidity in the shed. It's at 90%. Yeah, okay, good man. But don't get chilly, not with a chest. Right, so I'm going to switch to the other camera again, and we'll see how we go. Is that one? Right, that's still on the truck. So what I'll show you now is I've actually, unlike when I did the other three, I hadn't bought anything, had I? I'd used some stuff out from the loft and just stuck them on there. This time I have actually, and if I move this camera back gently, you can see. So what we've got is we've got 2 layers of 3/8 MDF. And in between is some 15mm thick by, I think, about 25mm softwood. So there's the MDF. I'm sure you can identify MDF there and there. That's the softwood. And then underneath is, I think it's 45 by 30 or something, I think. I can't quite remember. Yeah, something like that. Which I'll make a frame up. Now, the idea is that this and this will be fixed together, probably with screws through there and glued. But this one will just be dry screwed. And the cabling to do the points and hopefully those uncouplers will be in here. So in other words, instead of being like that, it will be like that. And then obviously the point will come through the board, and that's all you'll see. So basically like a switch machine, only a bit cheaper and whatever. I've no intention at all of ever automating this, so I don't need a lot of points. And obviously, only 15mm between. There isn't a switch machine you can buy that could go under there. You'd probably need maybe that much, wouldn't you? And I don't want to do that. And my plan at the moment is for this to all be loose, really. I'd probably have this bit sitting on some non-slip pads. And if you notice at the other end, at the moment, it's got a tripod holding it. It's amazing what you can use a tripod for. But I'm planning on having a couple of frames. So there'll be a frame at that end and probably a frame sort of somewhere in the middle. Although I've got to be careful. I've got the heater down there and there's not anywhere else really I want it. So I'll have to see how I go. And if I aim it down, those are some adjustable feet. Now, I did try and get the ones that everybody uses, which are usually the galvanized, sort of fairly primitive looking thing with a screw. But I couldn't find, none of the suppliers in Britain seem to have them. You could only seem to get them online, on Amazon or whatever, and I don't tend to do that. So I bought these from B&Q. And believe it or not, I think they were about £1.25 each, something silly, absolutely ridiculous, because it's quite a nice looking leg. And obviously the black bit is what you unscrew. Now, it's not got a huge amount of adjustment, but I think enough for in here. The only bugbear is that the base that screws to the bottom of the leg is bigger than the legs are going to be. So I'll have to put a bit of timber round the bottom of the leg so that I can screw them on. But I think it should work, you know. Right. That's interesting, Jeff. Right, we have something here. Hang on, what am I losing? Yeah, that's probably true, Kelly. Laughter is the best medicine. Right, what are we doing? Hang on. Right, let's have Jeff up. So an MP1 is only 17 mil deep. Yeah, but I've only got 15 mil between. So, and I've bought the timber. I'm not going to go and buy some. So you might be in, I don't know if you are interested, but so far, I spent nearly £200 on this. My timber that you can see, and I've got the legs up in the shed. That came up at about £73, and that was from my local building merchants. You know, not a big chain. Who I got all the timber for upstairs, you know, in the loft from as well. So it is getting quite expensive just to do something simple, isn't it? And then the other money was spent on points, really. I needed 3 Hornby standard points, and I've bought a few other bits, and that came to about 70 quid. And then I've had to buy various screws and whatever, and I'm not finished yet because I haven't bought the upstands. I think I'd leave the upstands until I know what I'm basically doing and what sort of vaccine I'm going to have. So I'm sure you don't want to look at that anymore. So let's go back to my mug again. That one. Hey, there we go. Right, here we are. Right, how are we doing? Right, what's that one? What did Alan say? Alan said something? Okay, right, fair enough. Right, Anthony Dodge. Yeah, that's right, Anthony. Thank you for coming in, and well done for finding me. Yeah, well, I think hopefully we're all good company. Except when we bore you to tears with a lot of talking, like I do. But there we are. What can you do? Oh, that's a nice one, and that's a nice one, Kelly. Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't want to. You know, we all have to do our little bits of work. So just before everybody goes, I'll just show you this again, because I did this at the beginning. I decided that I need to sort of get my health up a bit more, rather, you know, my muscles and all that. And I've decided to go and try and have a walk every day, which I was missing with the COVID, bugging up everything, you know, how we sort of ran our lives, I think, a bit. So I've been walking down, and I've been the last couple of days, I've been walking along the beach. I've actually walked along the beach, and I walked there today, and it was horrible. It was spitting and not too windy, but not very pleasant. But I found that. Look at that. Not a bad shell. We do get quite a few shells down there, but they're usually sort of smashed to smithereens by the breakers, you know. But yeah, this obviously came in when it was quite calm, which it was yesterday, to be honest. So yeah, not a bad old shell that. I'm allowed to take it. Right, so I think what I'm going to do now is we'll get a train running. No, I'll get the engines running to show you what will fit and what won't. So bear with me, everybody. What am I going to do? I think what I'm going to do is I'll set this one up here from there, because obviously I do have to actually control this, don't I? So I'll give you that one. Let's see what we've got as a picture. So go up a bit. So you'll get that there. That's it. And I'll lock it so it can't move. And I might kick it. It's still a bit tight in here, to be honest. And then the other one, which is you've still got, I'm going to move the other one to the other end. So I won't unfortunately be able to get it right to the end on this one, I don't think, but we'll see what we've got. Well, I'm just going to have a look at that and see what I've got. Who's leaving? Okay, I'm sorry you have to go to work, Terence, but good luck with the new hobby, really. And YouTube is on our, on our sort of railway thing. It's a great place to learn things, shall we say? And there's loads of videos on, how to do almost everything, I would imagine. So good luck with that. Please do come back to us again and see how we get on. And okay, hope that makes sense to you. Yes, Kelly, it is, isn't it? But then you probably don't have to organise everything, do you? Unlike the rest of us. But I'm sure you enjoy Christmas, Kelly. I'm sure you do. Right. I'll put it to me ear, if that's what you say. Yes, I've heard that, actually. Yeah, I've actually heard that. But not this one, because it's not the right shape. It's got to be like a scroll, isn't it, I think? But never mind. Oh, dear. Well, that's good of you. Yeah, do please come back and watch out for other live streams. Andy from Hot Dog Pilot Andy, he does one on a Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. This gentleman here from America does one on a Friday evening from about 8 o'clock-ish, our time in England. And yeah, there's loads of others. So do have a look in, and you will learn, and you can ask questions, and you'll get answers, I would think. Lots of probably different ones, but there we are. That's how we go, isn't it? Right. So I'm going to switch to this other camera and see what I've actually got. Okay, that's not too bad. I think I'll swing it around, swing it up a bit, I think. Just a little bit. And I'll also lower it a bit, I think. Let's see if we can get it a bit more like that. Let's have a look. Does it indeed? Okay. Good for you. And then I'll swing it round a bit. I'll also put, the sun's come out. I'll put that light on. I'm going to do a lot, but never mind. Let's put that light on. So swing it round a bit there. Right. Okay, everybody. I think we're set up. So I obviously can't do both of these at once, which I could if I was using right, so that's that one, and that's the other one. Now I'm getting thirsty. So I think we'll have the other one first, and you can see them coming through the curtain, basically. So the curtains at the end, at the far end, if you see where the signal box is. And I'm now going to get off my chair, and I'm going to bring in, and I've just hit that camera. Hang on a minute, I just kicked the other camera. Let's have a go. Well, it didn't seem to be too much trouble. Let's go down a bit with this one. That's it. And can I get it a bit closer? Maybe. And then I won't kick it so much, will I? There we are. That'll do. So there we go. Right, I'll give you the other one back. There we are. Right, have we got anything new? No, nothing new added. Got 12 on, which is good at this time of the day, isn't it? So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this chair up and get rid of it. It's in the way. I'll put it over there. So the plan is, and I'm going to have to put this blind down because the sun's right on the computer screen and I can't see what I'm looking at. There we are. That's a bit better. Right. Are you still with me, everybody? Right. Let's see how we go. So obviously I do have to do all the points myself. So I'll show you what can't go. First of all, I think, and yeah, that'll do. So here's the first one, and I'll get the sound going on her. And I'm going to bring her out a bit and tip her back a bit. That'll be better. Look, they knocked that over, didn't they? Right, let's leave that like that. Okay, yeah, so got to find her first. So I've got most of my locos on here, so having to find them is quite difficult, to be honest. There we are. So let's have some sound. You are Kelly. Here we go. Now, bearing in mind that none of this track is sort of pinned down or anything, and as you can see, it's just decided to. Now, this ran perfectly well. This ran perfectly well when I was trying it. I hope I don't fuse it. I have. Lovely. Right, start it up again. What I like about both my systems is they are fairly easy to get back on again. So here we go again. So this is the A1 Flying Scotsman, who our man in South Africa will be pleased to see. And it will hopefully go over. There we are. I need to start slowing down. Right, so if I then go up there, walk around and avoid all the cables. This won't switch. I don't know if you can see that, but that won't switch. So that is slightly too long and it's right up against the buffers. So we can't do that with a runaround. Of course, there's nothing to stop us actually running it in with coaches. And I probably will do that. So let's take her back. Let's have a whistle. Yeah, we are. So hopefully going backwards, she won't derail. And if you look, you can't really see what's beyond the tunnel. Yeah, there's a little bit of light, which obviously will be painted eventually. And I don't know, what is it with people with cameras that make them all derail? Hey? Crazy. Is it not crazy? Let's see what happens with the next one. So take her off the rails. Put her over here. I have got plenty of room in here to put things. So we'll see how we go. How are we doing? Right. Yeah, a little bit dark, I think, Andy, but I can't really do much about that. The whistle was Flying Scotsman, Kelly. Yeah, live stream curse. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, live stream curse. Yeah, but it worked all right without a camera on it. So let's do the next one. It's fairly easy because it's just here, isn't it? There it is. So let's get some steam going. Leave the points as they are. I'll give that a flick. That's it. All right. Let's have a short one, shall we? Anybody recognise what she is? Anyway, let's get her going. Here she comes. There we are. Start slowing her down. Right, get her right up to the bumpers, up to the buffers again. So you can imagine that if an A1 logo won't fit, an A3 certainly won't. So just obviously to prove that, there we are. So they won't be bringing in carriages and running round. But as I've said, it doesn't mean to say that we can't run them in here. Let's go back. Welcome, Five Boys Brixton Railway, welcome to the stream. Right, I better stop that before she crashes into the window. Right, so they're two that definitely will not fit. But I wanted to do them because proper chuffed wanted to see them. And although he's not on the stream, we'll be able to see it later, won't he, hopefully? Right, so I think the next one, I think Kelly will like the next one. So will this one fit? Just need to switch the point. or points. Here we are. Oh, it's weird having to change the points. Let's go back up. And I've got half an hour before me tea, haven't I? Hey, there we are. There she is. So let's get some sound on. Oh, wrong way. Kelly should know that one as well, I hope. Maybe not. Oh yes, cook and manner. The firebox flicker going off at the moment. Back into the buffers. So this one is fine. Plenty of room for the manner. So let's bring her back. Hi, the Plumber 33. Welcome to the stream. Right. So one more steamy, I think. And then we'll try a few diesels. Right. How are we doing, everybody? Right. What I'll do is let's. Shall we have the other camera for the next one? Because it's there, we might as well use it. So let's try that one, shall we? Hope you like that. Yes, Kelly. Took the words out of my mouth there, dear. Right, let's go down a bit. If she fits, you'll be really happy, won't you, dear? Hey, absolutely. So let's see. Should be the same setting for the points. Yep. Let's go. There you are, Kelly. So will she fit? She's a little bit bigger than the Manor. Right up to the buffers again. Let's go and have a look. Oh, she's lost the sound. Oh, there we are. Probably can't see this, but yeah, the point switches, so that'll be fine. It'll be great. And just to be different, let's take around the run around, shall we? Oh dear. Will she or won't she? Yeah, doesn't look too bad so far. Right, so the building noise hasn't been too bad, has it? You know. Okay, Andy, we'll give you permission. As long as you come back, all right, make one for me as well. I'm getting really, really thirsty here. I'm going to have to make one. So, right, so I think Kelly can leave now because it's going to be smelly diesels, I'm afraid, Kelly. So I think we can assume that most of these engines smaller than those will work. So we can exclude, say, Mallard, the A4, because that's as big as the A3. Lord Nelson might fit, but it's got quite a long tender. I haven't got it actually on the layout. You can only have so many. So let's bring in a really nice diesel that we all like. If I can find her, let's have a go. Yeah. There we are. That one. Okay, let's do a start. We'll put the lights on and start her up. So are you happy with this camera angle or would you prefer the other one? Well, good luck with the CT scan, number 33. And yeah, and I hope yours goes well. That's all we can say, isn't it? And you don't get held up too long in the waiting for it. Can take quite a long time, can't it? Okay. So good luck. Please come back to us when you like. Right. So anybody know what's about to come out? You have 2 seconds to reply. So get typing quick. I'll start her up and get her going. Ooh, she's rather fast. 47, well done. There's a man who knows his locos. He's spot on. So in this particular case, it's the backman one. Did try my Hornby one, my railroad one, but for some reason kept stopping and falling off. So I have to investigate that a bit more. Better slow this one down. There we are, into the buffers. Not recommended, obviously, when you're running a train, but in this particular instance, you might have to do it. So plenty of room for this, absolutely plenty. There's about an inch clearance, if you think, more than an inch. So that's good. Let's bring her back round the loop. There we are. Don't like all these cables about everybody. I like to snag one and God knows what will happen then. Here we go. Right, so go backwards. We'll go back a bit slower. Let's see if she makes it. According to Rail Master, this is 5 miles an hour. Suppose it could be. Could we walk that fast, do you think? Yes, it does have a distinctive sound. My Hornby one, it sounds pretty good for what is a very cheap model. I mean, I have added lights to it if you haven't seen them. And I did upgrade the speaker, but it's a TTS one, unlike this one, obviously. I suspect this is a Lock Sound 3.5, I should imagine, because I've had it a long time. And there we are. There's another one. So we know she'll fit. Now let's have a look at the other camera for a little while, shall we? A bit of that in. So right, she can come off the rails. Interestingly, yesterday, or rather last night, or yesterday afternoon, I had to cover up my locos because all the ones at the far end beyond the in the engine shed, they were getting the sun on them. So I thought it's not a good idea to get a lot of sun on, is it? Alan's got his 47 running as well. Well done, young man. Great. Right, okay. Anything else I've missed? No. Right. So the next one is the one that's going to come out. So we'll take her back down that away. And that was a good idea on my behalf to get rid of the chair. But I've still got the lead for this camera here. Oh dear. So how long have I been going for? I've been going for 1 hour and 17. So maybe we'll do the hour and a half again. So there we go. Unless you all crave some more. Hornby with TTS sound. Oh, your one. Okay, Alan. All right. You can answer that, Alan, from Kelly. Right, I've got to find the next one. It's going to be this way, I think. Yeah, there we are. Right, here's the next one. So this is a diesel. Will anybody recognise this one, I wonder? So what I'm finding funny on this is because all these logos have been set up for iTrains, you don't have the really slow running unless you sort of do them. So yes, it's a car 52 Western, and I better slow her down before she goes careering through the end. Whoa. Just give her a little nudge up, make sure she's right up. I think she is. Yeah, I think so. Right. Let's go and have a look. And yes, she works. That's okay. That's good. Let's send her back round the loop again. Right, let's go to the right computer. So this layout at the moment is only being fed by one connection, which is by the engine shed there. But when I actually do it, I'm going to put droppers on a good bit of it, probably on every bit of track, maybe, like I've got upstairs, because things run really, really well up there. Don't very often lose the power, you know, even if their wheels are dirty. Even the 03 shunter and my 02 shunter, sorry, 04 shunter do very well. So I think what we're going to do now, when I stop her, there we are. So I think to finish on, we'll just do a little bit of a passenger train coming in to the station and the loco going around and coming up to the other end. Let's see how we go. Right, bear with me. I'd have said that the Class 52 was the big brother of the baby warship, to be honest, but there we are. I might be wrong. Actually, what I will do is, yeah, right, I know what I'm going to do. I need some cabbages, don't I? So we'll just to prove that we can get the Mark 1s, I'll get the Mark 1s on. So, as I do quite often on my layout, I sort of mix and match the couplings. So these have got KDs at each end, and then just the normal small coupling in the middle, which is what I do with the trucks as well. You know, the wagons when we do them. You want me to send you an email, Alan? Do you? Okay, hang on a minute. Yeah, I can probably do. I've got no chair, mister. I've put it away. Oh. Right. Okay, just a minute then. A minute. Right, I think I've sent it, Alan. So I've sent Alan an email request to join me. I think I have anyway, and we'll see if he pops up in a minute. So while he's doing that, and when he does, I'll bring him up, and we can watch his 47 running around, can't we? So I need to choose an engine. Let's have her, shall we? Whether she'll work or not, I don't really know. He's here. At least I think he's here. Are you here? You're not connected, Alan. I'm getting that you're not connected, Alan. You need a camera and a microphone, possibly. Or I've done it wrong. I don't know. So maybe we might go a little bit longer than an hour and a half. There we go. Alan can take the reins while I go and get a cup of tea, can't I? No, still not connected, Alan. No, I don't want to do that. Is it your end, Alan? Do me in the comments if you can. In the chat. Is it your end that you're not connected, or is it something this end? It's saying that on my one here, device is not connected. So while Alan sorts that out, and we'll get I'll get the train coming out. I'll find it. Right, not that one. There she is. So let's get some sound. They're quiet. We've got the points set right. No. Right, and we're going up there, aren't we? That's it. Right. Ah, there he is. Hey, well done.
Can you hear me?
There he is. Hello, Alan.
Hello, guys.
Can't hear ya.
You can't. Oh. Hang on a minute. Hello.
Hiya, alright.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got AdBlue.
Oh, how much?
Oh, I don't know that, do we?
How many litres?
5.
Oh, that'll do.
And it's got like
A pouch with a thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'll do. Sorted. Yeah, I'm in the shed. We're okay. All right, see you in a bit. Ta-da, ta-da.
Can anybody hear Alan?
No.
You can. Okay.
Hang on. No. Let me go and check the audio. Test communication speakers. Can you hear me now? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Can anybody lip read? Can't hear him.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You can hear Alan, can you? Okay.
2, 3. Can you hear me? No?
Right, I don't think I've got the
Can't
sound
hear
up on here, have I?
Default microphone. Oh. Can you hear me now?
I'm assuming you've all been hearing me.
Hello, Robert. No. Can you hear me now, Robert? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that one. Hello. Can you hear me now, Robert?
Okay, Alan. Well, I can't hear you, but everybody else here can, I think.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
There's obviously something at my end that I don't understand. I'm sure Alan will keep you occupied. So I'm going to go and while Alan's talking to you, if he is, and showing the trains, I'll go and on.
My test the camera. Video, retail, communications. Oh my God, which one's that? That one, anyway. Can you hear me now? Television's working. What's that? Can you hear me now, guys? Calling. Oh, always been camera on. It's got to be that one. Oh, this is enough.
Doesn't seem to be anything to do with it.
Let's microphone access on camera. Video
You're
editor.
not muted on my thing, Alan. It seems. So
Let me.
one.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Going through all that, it's on. So it's one of these here. Can you hear me now, Robert? No? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Microphone 1.1, is that the one? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
No, I can't find anything. Sorry, Alan. Right, anyway.
Somebody said, Jeff says,
you can. Okay, so as long as you can all hear Alan, that's fine. It's just me that's in the dark. Where I usually am anyway, and I. So there we are. Hello, Colin from Engage.
hello,
the man
Colin.
with the big bridge.
The big bridge.
That's incredible, that, Alan. That's incredible, Colin. That. Right, I'm going to go and get me a cup of tea.
Go and get your cup of tea.
So
Meanwhile,
Alan's playing with his microphones. There we are.
Well, Flint Hills reckons they can hear me. That's okay. Right, so on the top line, you can see the 47 leaving, and that's the 101. The other one is just going out on the bottom lines. That's the gold Flying Scotsman. And the other one, which eventually comes around, will be the P2. I haven't changed it since the film I made week before last. Here she comes. This is the P2 with the West Hill Wagon Works lamps on the front. Well, in the shed here, I've got the humidity down by 20% now. It's coming back to normal, and it's 80 degrees in here now. Nice and toasty.
So I've got my tea, everybody. So I'm quite happy. So that's interesting.
So there you go. They can hear me, Robert. It's just
bad for you, Jeff. I've given up sugar. I only have sugar on my pudding, in my sweet, and my breakfast in the morning. Right, let's go back to two of us, shall we? All right, do we want that one? If I do the other one,
have you got yours?
Get Alan. But we do get a bigger picture.
Oh, don't worry about that.
What would you like?
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Have you got your
hand?
Somebody tell
you
Robert
adjusted your camera slightly, Alan, to the towards you, then we probably get you and a good bit of the layout.
Well, then you'd miss the railway, wouldn't you?
Yeah, nice hand, pointing the finger. Yeah, okay. You must be pointing something else. Okay, fair enough. Trains are running, so that's great. So
There's a way for Scotty on the way out.
well, I think I've got my volume up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am.
Your speaker, not your part, not your.
But what it's saying is Google Chrome is using your microphone, which I don't seem to
Yeah, that's the
remember having
microphone.
before.
You want your speaker
So
on,
hang on a
Robbie.
minute. What's this say? Yeah, I don't really want to. I'll turn it off and.
I don't know if you can hear the 47. What have I got here? Oh, push the wrong route. There you go. Push the wrong one, as you do. Have to wait for it to come round again. Hello, Peter. I've got the shed warmed up, Peter, and the humidity's down to 70% now. It did start at 90. It's a bit toasty in here now, but it's at least it's getting the dampness out of the air. What's your favorite stinky box on wheels then, Alan? Well, I should imagine it's Manhattan 66, isn't it? They're all good, to be honest. It's hard to say on that, Kelly, to be honest. I've got two Hatton 66s, haven't I, which is a C-Mex GBRF and the other one's EWS. I went to the Crew in Alsager, what do they call it? It's old age, COVID kills me now. Exhibition. In the Crew in Alsager exhibition was a few weeks ago now. And I bought a few bargains from there, which I can't have at the moment. They're Christmas presents. So you'll have to wait and see. Possibly down here Boxing Day or the day after. 47s, no, I wouldn't say they're my favourites. They work well. Because I've got the Firefly, the Intercity one. I've got the West Coast 47 in West Coast colours, the one that does the tours, and one Hornby one in DR blue. But still with the old TTS sound in it and a mega bass speaker, so it makes it sounds pretty good. If I move over here, don't know if you could hear that as I'm leaning all over the layout. There you go. Nah, it's only a couple of kilowatt heater, Roy. It might cost me £1 for a couple of hours down here. It's about all. It doesn't. It's not that expensive because you're not running it continuously. It's only when you're in here. It takes, because it's well insulated. It only takes 10 minutes to warm it all up. Why the heater's on at the moment, though it's was it 10, 12 degrees outside, I've got a lot of humidity in here. And it's just getting rid of it, to be honest. So heating wise, it's neither here or there really. I don't get upset over it. You know, it might cost you an extra £10 a month for the amount of time I have it on. If the sun comes out, then the sun's warming the shed up. It's just when it's not stopped raining for weeks on end. There's been rain showers, heavy rain, one thing and another, and the humidity gets embedded into everything, doesn't it? I mean, I can open the door if you want to see it going across the bridge in the distance, or if I move the camera around a little bit, you see it coming in the other way behind me. Which way am I going? That way. Because the camera's in reverse. So if I open, when you're running a session, possible Black 5 and Mr. 47 on top of their rail tow style. Yeah, I could do that in the future. I don't like swapping things around in mid-flight. In fact, it's better off opening the door at the moment to let some of the heat out. Can you see that going across the bridges? And from where I'm standing now, that's 18. No, it's not. It's 20 feet. It's 20 feet away, isn't it? Yeah, it's got to be. So, I'd have to move over this way with it. Yeah. So you can see we're coming in. I must not fold my arms. You know what Charlie Bishop's like. You can see him coming round. In fact, if I move the camera a bit more, you see it just that little bit better. There you go. So now you got a pretty good overall view.